Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Philly. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. Josh Hennig is with me producing, wearing two hats. He's also the co-host today as we get ready to talk a little sports here for the next 2 hours in the locker room. And hey, Josh, we beat the Mets.
Hey, Billy, I don't know if you know this, but the Phillies and Mets are playing next year in London, and it feels like we are in London right now.
You know, fish and chips, London.
Yeah, it feels like we're in London right now with this weather.
I know, right? It's like, where's my London fog?
Well, it's supposed to be, Jersey Shore summer, and it's like, and it's dreary and cloudy outside.
We're in a pattern, man, some type of pattern. So
pattern, in the middle of
Josh, I got a lot to get off my chest. Though you and I communicated a couple times, I guess on Thursday and Friday, and I went off on you because I went to the Phillies game with my daughter and my niece Heather and my brother-in-law Johnny, former retired Colonel Johnny Brooks. We went to the Phillies game, and my babysitter Sam sat with my daughter Eliza Grace in the Hall of Fame club. I sat down in row 7, 2 sections in section 112. And I want to talk to you about my experience on a business person special. It was a really cool, I thought it was going to be rainy. It was a little windy, but it turned out to be a really nice day. It was run the bases. And guess what, Josh? The Phillies, man, didn't even show up. And I'm going to go off on them. Thank God we got a win last night because I would have really been fit to tie today. Fit to be tied today.
Listen, they're an inconsistent team, Billy. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, isn't it?
Well, I had a good time picking on Mr. Matt because he and I were going back and forth last night as the Phillies won 5-1 on a great pitching performance by Taijuan Walker, who's now got 8 wins this year, Josh.
Taijuan Walker has really found his groove in about the last 5-6 starts. He has almost a 1 ERA in his last 5 starts. It's actually really impressive for a guy who started the year pretty rough around the edges.
The Phillies pitchers have won 14 of their starting pitchers have won 14 of their last 18 games, and the team's starting rotation is combined to post a 1.61 ERA. That's the lowest ERA by a Phillies starting rotation in an 18-game span since May 15th to June 3rd in 1964.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. But what's up with our bats? They're silent. And even though we got a 5-1 win last night, it wasn't because we were not going to cover off the ball, Josh Hennig. It was because the Mets made some critical errors.
The errors, like the Lindor not catching the ball, was definitely a huge part of
Nimmo,
it.
He dropped the ball.
Yeah, but then Nimmo hit a home run later, so kind of made up for it. So, look, the Phillies, you need a little luck sometimes to get out of a rut. So, to me, I looked at last night as an opportunity for the Phillies to kind of find themselves and get back on track.
It was a big, huge win for the Philadelphia Phillies last night. So we'll spend the majority of the first hour getting things off my chest about the Phillies and breaking down some of the things that we think they might need to do moving forward. They really miss Rhys Hoskins. You take 30 home runs out of the lineup, Josh, and we're seeing it because while Cody Clemens is a good fill-in, he got 3-4 home runs this year. He hasn't hit a home run, I think, since in 20-some games.
See, I hear what you're saying, and it's something similar.
Since June 11th, Cody Clemens is 2 for 25 with 8 strikeouts and hasn't homered since May 20th.
Great, but I'm not expecting him to do anything.
No, I know, but you're not getting anything out of him.
The issue is, to me, is not Cody Clemens. The issue is is that what you have gotten, or the lack of what you've gotten out of everyone else, is the problem. You have spent how much money? I mean, it's a god awful amount of money on Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto. Those 4 guys have been incredibly inconsistent at bats this year. And if Rhys Hoskins not being around is the reason why those 4 guys are being inconsistent, then what are we spending the money on them for?
No, I hear you. So we got a great show lined up. Hour 2, it's the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Seattle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. John McShane will be in with us today, former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol Report. And this week, since last week our phone lines were down, we're going to talk with Erich Becker, the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Erich Becker, at 11:15. And then our good buddy, lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erich Wolf, at 11:30. So look forward to that part of the Beach Patrol Report in the second hour. Josh, you love orange juice? You love freshly squeezed orange juice, Josh?
There's nothing better than freshly squeezed any type of fruit juice.
Well, I'm here to tell you. So I stop in at Blitz's on the way in to the show in the summer, and Dave and Joe Newman down there, they got a juicer and they're bottling their own orange juice, freshly squeezed orange juice. It's 12 ounces of liquid sunshine, Josh.
Just hearing you say liquid sunshine just makes me think I wish it was sunny outside. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute.
So I said to him, I said, because I turned, my daughter and I went there a couple times during the week, and I said, so we're sitting out front, and people walked by, and I said, oh, you got to get this orange juice. He had like 8 bottles left in his, he keeps them on ice, and they bought them out. So I said, you know what, Dave, I should pump up your orange juice, and if you go in there and you say you heard it on the locker room, you get $1 off. It's $4.99. You can go get 12 ounces of liquid sunshine, mention the locker room, and you get it for $3.99. How about that?
It's a great deal.
Get down to Blitz's Market for freshly squeezed orange juice, 21st and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. I want to welcome Kessel's and Uncle Bill's Pancake House to our website. We have advertisers there on the website. The Locker Room, Billy Schweim. Check it out. You can also always go on to the website and watch us on YouTube during the show. So,
now we're back on YouTube.
Now that we're back on YouTube. So go to the website and you can see Uncle Bill's and Kessel's advertisements there. You click on their picture and it goes right to their menus, Josh. It's pretty cool.
It's a good deal.
All right. Also, I got to tell you something funny.
What's that?
So last night, sitting home watching the game. By the way, the game was on Apple TV last night, Josh.
Not a fan, man.
I'll tell you what. I missed the first inning. It took me forever to get the service up and running.
Billy, I said it on game night last night here on 97.3 ESPN. I was saying that how many people are not going to watch this game because either they don't have Apple TV or because they don't feel like dealing with the hassle of it.
You lose a lot of people fans watching the game. They can't find it. They can't get it. Maybe their TV's not compatible.
Well, let's start with 2 problems. One, the people who don't have it. Okay, Billy, I don't care what anyone says. People are number crunching everywhere in life right now. People are trying to figure out what can I pay for, what I can't pay for.
That's right.
And when you already have people have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, they have Paramount Plus, they have Max, right? They have, I just named 6 streaming services before I even got to Apple TV Plus, right? So first of all, do you even have Apple TV Plus? A lot of people don't. Secondly, if you have one of those things where, hey, you have this cell phone service or this membership account and you get a free perk of Apple TV Plus, do you even know that you have it? And then if you're the person who does have Apple TV Plus, let's say you are into this small category, because according to the streaming numbers, Apple TV Plus is not even a top 5 streaming service.
Wow.
Okay. Do you really want to be stuck on that game all night when you can't flip the channel?
You can't click. I'm a clicker,
right.
And I was stuck because it takes such a long time to
log in and log out.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous, and it prevents you from doing that. But I got to be honest with you, if I can figure it out, it's not hard. What happened was, so I hit, because I have Comcast at my house in Collingswood, and I hit the button.
So you went to the X1 menu.
The audio, and I said, and I said, Phillies baseball. And it shows up, and it went right. It took a little while. It spun like the internet, and it went to Apple TV.
Started getting the spinning wheel of death.
Yeah, right. It's spinning, and I missed the whole first inning. I missed the second inning when he scored the 2 runs. I missed it because it was taking forever. I had to take a picture of the barcode.
Oh my goodness!
And I had to go through that process.
Oh, lovely.
It's horrible. So we got the Phillies. Our Sixers coverage is going to be about. That's our Sixers coverage. They didn't have any picks in the first 2 rounds. Here we go. Let's do our Sixers coverage, Josh. There you go. That was the first 2 rounds of the Sixers draft.
Yeah, they had no picks this year. Apparently, according to reports, they were trying to get back into the second round, but nobody wanted to trade with them. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, Billy. It's a good or bad thing, and no one wants to trade with Daryl Morey in the draft.
I don't know. I don't think it's good. It can't be good if nobody wants to trade with him or deal with him. And Josh, it wouldn't be me if I didn't butch the overall pick, Wamba Bamba.
Victor Wembanyama.
7'4", Josh.
He's a big boy,
you
man.
Think he's going to make an impact?
Oh, he's going to make an impact for
right
sure.
Away? It's going to take him time. See, he's not.
Here's the problem.
NBA, man, it's a different animal.
He is the biggest talent prospect that people have seen come into the draft, they say, since LeBron. So if he's anywhere close to what LeBron was his rookie year, he'll have an impact. Right. I just don't know if he's going to win a championship within the first 5 to 8 years because almost nobody does. Shaquille O'Neal had to wait, 8-9 years before he won a championship. Yeah. LeBron was 8-9 years. Jordan was 8-9 years. Unless you're like Magic Johnson and you land on a great team in the draft.
Bird
with the Celtics. I mean, that's very rare. So I think Victor Wembanyama is going to have an impact. Wembanyama. Yeah.
I love it.
That's why they call him Wemby.
All right, Josh, we got a lot to cover. We only have 2 hours to do it. Let's get her going. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing with the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg. It's just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. When you get down there, say hello to Renee and Tim, the bartenders. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. Hey, you want to book a private party? Call my good friend Dave Lavari, 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more Phillies talk. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, interleague rivals go head-to-head in Los Angeles.
Grand slam, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros begin a 10-game road trip against Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers.
Freeman driven well out of here.
The Astros and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate. 399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
It's all good. Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with AMI Atlanticare, presents the 37th Annual Red, White, and Blueberry Festival, Sunday, June 25th in Hamilton, the blueberry capital of the world. You want fresh blueberries? We have 1 million of them. Blueberry pies, bagels, cannoli, ice cream, and more. Live music from Stealing Savannah and party with DJ Nikki G. Great food, crafters, kiddie rides, and the Cruisin' Classics car show. Sunday, June 25th, Hamilton High School grounds just off Route 30 in Hamilton. Free admission, follow signs for free festival parking. The Red, White, and Blueberry Festival, brought to you in part by AMI Atlanticare, NJM Insurance Group, Rothman Orthopedics, Truist Bank, Serve Pro Team Fabiani, RH Pole Barns, Stockton University Hamilton Kramer Hall, Tales of the Olive, Top Crop Blueberries, and Variety Farm. Supported in part by a grant from the New Jersey Department of State Division of Travel and Tourism. It's all good. Very good.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN, the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Josh Hennig. Now, Josh, I went to the game Thursday with my daughter, my niece, my brother-in-law, and my babysitter, the girl that watches AG, and they had a blast. It was fun. The Phillies really do a good job for the kids. There were so many kids in the stands. But what was really frustrating, Josh, is the game itself. I mean, these guys, I wrote an article like I do every Friday, 97.3ESPN.com, how they're undisciplined. They play undisciplined, uninspired baseball. And they go up and they swing at every first pitch. I mean, the only person on this team that runs a deep count is Bryson Stott. And my frustration is with the biggest person catching all my ire is Kyle Schwarber. I mean, the guy is he in the last eight at bats, he struck out 5 times in the last 2 games. All right. And not only does he, when he strikes out, he's been missing the ball by like 3 feet. He doesn't hit curveballs. He only swings it at fastballs. I mean, that's where the majority of his home runs are off fastballs. Nick Castellanos, while he's still having a good year at the plate, average-wise, I mean, he gets up there, and his effort on Thursday was like lackluster. I was so disappointed in the effort. And then when Schwarber dropped that ball in left field, I mean, I just so here's what I noticed. I think the Phillies are still on a World Series hangover because I started booing Kyle Schwarber, and everybody stopped and looked at me like the E.F. Hutton commercial.
I'm sorry, the what?
You probably don't remember. When E.F. Hutton talks, everybody listens. Remember that commercial?
No.
All right, so I started booing because that's what we do. We boo. All right, that last year was last year. This is this year. I start booing. People start turning around looking at me. There was no boos in the stands. Philadelphia's getting soft.
I don't think they're getting soft. I think that's
that particular game they were.
No,
it was an atrocious display of baseball Fundamentals.
I think people were confused because you had such a great pitching performance and the hitting didn't show up, and it's difficult for people to wrap their heads around it. It's the idea that you don't have to be soft. You could be deflated. You could be let down. You could feel like we went to extra innings for this.
That's exactly right. And you know what?
It's like letting the air out of a balloon and seeing the balloon fall to the ground.
This Bryce Elder, he's in 15 starts, he's 5-1. This is for the Braves. On Thursday, he was mowing us down. They struck out 10 times. The Braves only struck out 4 times on Thursday.
He's a really good pitcher, that Bryce Elder.
Well, they made him look like Nolan Ryan-esque.
Well, look, I think that you're because you don't watch a lot of the Braves play. You don't realize this guy's been doing this all year long.
Well, I just said it, 15 starts, and he's got like 12 quality starts, Josh.
Yeah, so 12 out of 15 starts. That's a pretty high percentage.
Yeah, but you know what? They were helping him out by they don't run deep counts.
But see, you're
Josh,
saying something that I feel like I get to argue with people all the time about, which is when do we give the pitcher credit? Like, did the pitcher do a good job, or the hitters just make his job easy?
I think on Thursday, it was more the Philadelphia Phillies offense, their batters, their philosophy at the plate was horrible. Now they came out last night and they were running deep counts. All right,
yeah, so they learned from their mistakes.
Well, maybe Topper said something to him.
Maybe they did hear you boo, and
maybe they did hear. Well, Josh, I was the only one booing.
By the way, this month, for those who don't know, Kyle Schwarber, on the season, he has a batting average of 185. But for the month of June, his batting average is about 50 points higher.
Right.
So he is hitting well this month. It's just the one game you went to, Billy Schwein, he didn't do so well.
So are you concerned about the Phillies' lack of power? Entering Friday's series against the Mets at Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies were 21st in the majors with 78 home runs at 154 plate appearances. It's their lowest total in 162 game season since 2015. Schwarber, of course, is in 4th place, I believe, with 20 home runs.
Yep.
Olsen, Alonso, and Solar, 23, 23, 21, respectively, and then Schwarber in 4th place. But lack of production. I mean, Bryce Harper hasn't hit a home run in 101 plate appearances. This is longest drought.
The power outage is definitely a concern. But I don't know what the exact answer for that is, because unless you're going to go out and get some big name star hitter, it's on these guys to pick up their pants and be grown-ups. Because I just keep looking at this team, Billy, and I'm like, I know what they're capable of. I know they can do better than this. You didn't give out all these contracts for these guys to not hit. Like, there's no guarantee. Like, for example, let's say you move all your chips to the middle of the table and you go out and get like a guy like Paul Goldschmidt, right?
Right.
The former league MVP, right-handed batter, slugger who plays first base. Is one guy going to fix everything?
No, but they do all right. So Derek Hall's getting ready to come back, right? Or he's down in the minors. He's in his rehab assignment.
Mm-hmm.
He's a left-handed bat. They need a right-handed bat for Bryce Harper Reese Hoskins.
But how much are you willing to give up to get that? Because the problem is that
Goldschmidt's hitting 289, so he's okay for average. He's got 13 home runs. Yeah, they could use him, but what are you going to give? You got to give up something to get him.
Well, that's my point. I keep hearing Mike Gill say throughout the week they need a right-handed bat. They need a right-handed hitter. And I'm hearing you say the same thing. But I keep asking, but how much are we willing to give up for that? How much are we willing to invest to get that? Because I keep being told, Billy, by the experts, okay, and I'm going to put my fan hat on for a minute, if you don't mind.
Here, you want this little Phillies hat right here? You put this on it?
That's
the ice cream hat? I hold it up to the fan. I brought this. I put it on my desk here.
Oh, my God.
Here, put that on.
Yeah, thanks. A little too small for my head, but I'll do my best. So
it's the ice cream helmet.
But my point is that I keep hearing people telling me, oh, you got these great pitching prospects, Painter, Abel, McGarry, and all these guys. And I'm sitting there like, but when are they ever going to do anything for us?
Right.
How long are we going to have to wait until these guys become something? When do we draw the line? Like, we have this conversation with the Sixers all the time. Are you trying to win now or not? If the Phillies are trying to win now, I can't worry about what any of these guys are going to be in 2-3 years, because in 2-3 years, I may not be in this position to win a championship. You were right on the precipice of winning a championship last year, and you're telling me I got to wait for one of these 3 pitchers to be something? I don't know if I'm willing to do that, Bill.
Right now, the Phillies are what, 10 games out of first place?
Don't pay attention to that.
I'm just saying.
The wild card there, I believe, at 2.5, 3 games.
Will you
out.
let me finish my thought, Josh, before you start jumping down my throat? We're 39-36, 7-3 in our last 10 games. 10 games behind the Braves, who they just technically, the Braves swept us, even though there was a rain out, took 2 from us. And in the wild card, they're 5 games behind the Giants, Dodgers, Marlins, Brewers, and then Phillies.
Well, they're 3 games out of the 3rd spot.
Right.
That's the number you actually got to pay attention to. But if you're right there, Billy, it's within grasp.
It is. But this team is frustrating because they're so inconsistent.
They are.
There's a power outage that this team, you look on paper, I keep saying it, like this team should be tearing the cover off the ball. That's what it's built for. Remember, Dombrowski built this team to
out-hit their problems.
Right?
We were told, again, going back to what we were told, Billy, we were told this team was going to be able to out-hit their problems.
Out-hit their problems.
Well, right now, they're, as you mentioned, 21st in all of baseball in home runs.
78 home runs, that's it.
Yeah. And you know who's ahead of them? Teams like the Cubs and the Brewers. Neither one of those teams are really that good. But guess what? They're hitting more home runs than you are.
That's right. And now the Mets come to town. I'll tell you what, I'm very upset with Schwarber. I don't think he should be in the 1 hole, but the Mets come to town, and even though they didn't play a really great game, I was satisfied that they beat the stinking Mets because, look, last year the Mets were 14-5, or they were 14-5 against the Phillies. At 19 games, we only won 5 games against the Mets last year.
Yeah, last year they really struggled.
First 3 games of this season, they swept us. I owe Jeff Dowling, Mr. Met, I owe him 2 lunches because we bet the series.
Well, good luck with that. My larger thing is last year, I think it's very interesting that it felt like every time you faced Chris Bassett, he dominated you. He's not on the Mets anymore, right?
Right.
Verlander, the Mets brought in, and he has not been a good investment.
Verlander is 2-4 with a 4.50 ERA, Josh.
It feels like the Mets got it's. You know what it reminds me of? Remember years ago when the Mets signed like Tom Glavine and Pedro Martinez, and like they were expecting to get like the Cy Young versions of those guys, and they got like the retirement home versions of those guys. That's what it feels like with Verlander. It's like the Mets got Verlander a year too late.
I don't know. I guess this guy Cohen was spending his mad money, right, with the Mets, the owner. But going after Verlander, when I saw that, I was like kind of scratching my head at that one because he's getting up there in age. He's already what? How many Cy Youngs do you have? 3?
Verlander?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Let me double check, but I believe he has 3.
Okay, but you're getting him later on in life for that type of contract, that type of money, and put all your, he's 2-4. Max Scherzer, he's 6-2 with a 4.04 ERA.
Yeah, Verlander's got 3 Cy Youngs.
3 Cy Youngs.
And a 9-time All-Star.
Right.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, basically. This guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. And it's just like the Mets got him, and it's like, forget the last few years. I'm not so good anymore.
Right. All right. So on the other side, we're going to get into our Mets conversation. But that was my perception of being at the game on Thursday for the run the bases. By the way, we got on the base. That was so cool. Walking my daughter down onto the field. And they got to run the bases. It was so cool. The line was a mile long.
Well, the Phillies fans had something to actually do that day because the team offense didn't do anything. So maybe they felt like they had to run the bases for the Phillies. Maybe they needed to see how the bases were run and remember how it worked.
My daughter set an example for the team to look at. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, there's a new wind blowing at Maserati, the main line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies series with the Mets, the weekend that was. Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City, and it's your first opportunity to enter to win a trip to go see the Phillies play in Pittsburgh at PNC Park with me.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's sports leader.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. Camden County Police Department in our community. Is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or Red'sJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
We got Verizon 5G home internet. It's from Verizon. Safe choice, right?
Well, some things that look great end up being not so great.
Like the time you bought a shrimp roll from a gas station.
Or when you bought that used sports car.
What about when we got Billy that drum set?
The point is, Verizon 5G home internet sounded great,
but turned out to be something else. And we deserve fast, reliable internet. We deserve Xfinity.
It's time for better internet. Switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/Verizon 5G Facts. Now through September 21st, get started with 200 megabit per second Xfinity internet. It's all just $25 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. You can save up to $300 in your first year over Verizon. Go to xfinity.com/Verizon 5G Facts. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Actual speeds vary. Compares Xfinity Connect More to Verizon 5G home plan.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield, Billy Schwein. Josh Hennig producing and co-hosting, wearing 2 hats today. And don't forget to get down to Blitz's. They got that freshly squeezed orange juice in a bottle. You go down there and say, hey, I heard on the locker room you have freshly squeezed orange juice. And it's $4.99. If you mention the locker room, it's $3.99. You get $1 off.
Good deal to me.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, it tastes great. Freshly squeezed orange juice. They take a lot of the pulp out. You still get a little pulp. You like pulp in your orange juice there, Josh?
I do. I like a little pulp.
You gotta have a little pulp. You have to have some pulp.
Yeah, a little, a little in there.
Yeah, man.
Just remind you that it's juice. Yeah.
All right. We're remind people we're also broadcasting, streaming live on my
YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel, which you can find on my website, the Locker Room Billy Schwan. You go down there, scroll down a little bit, hit it, scroll down. You'll see Josh and I talking live, talking Phillies baseball. Now, Josh, the Mets come to town last night, and they play horrible defense. The Philadelphia Phillies get a win, and they can really bury the Mets if they can take 2 out of 3, or even a sweep. That I mean, you don't really write people off in June, but they're already 14 out, and they're like way down on the wild card list. They're down. Let's see.
They're 8 games out of the third slot are the Mets.
Yeah.
And if they lose 2 more games, they're going to be 10 out. And look, I know in today's baseball world, Billy, that, it's easier to stay in contention because of the wild card spots. But there's a point where anyone's got to realize that you're just too far out to make anything of it.
The Philadelphia Phillies, like I said, are 39-36. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. So, who are you? Let me ask you this question, Josh. Who are you most disappointed in the Philly on the Phillies this year? Who are you most disappointed in?
Oh, wow. That's a heavy question because.
Should we open up to the text board?
Yeah, 609-403-0973. I know we have Dan from EHT who chimed in already. We'll get to him in just a bit.
609-403-0973. Who is your most disappointing player on the Phillies this year?
I mean, I would have
There's
to
a bunch
go,
of them, but you got to pick one.
I guess I would go with Trey Turner just because I felt like knowing this guy's history. He's a 300 career hitter, basically. And he's come in here and had really struggled out. Last night, he had a couple RBI, but for the year, he has been incredibly below his standards.
Swinging at balls out of the zone. But are you going to give him any slack because he's coming to a new team? Did you see last night they had Lindor mic'd up?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and they asked him about Trey Turner coming to his new surroundings, a new team, a big contract. He's got a lot of there's a lot of pressure on him to perform.
Right.
And he's got, I think he has a youngster, right? He's in a new city, he's new surroundings, new teammates. Do you think that has come into effect his play?
I mean, it definitely affects him. I don't know how much it affects him because I mean, this is now, I believe it's his 3rd team in his career. So it's like you should have an idea of how this works by now. I mean, maybe there's something else going on that's affecting him because when you look through this team,
because the other day, the business person special game, Josh, he played outstanding defense.
Well, we need him to play defense.
He made some really good plays in the field on Thursday.
But the problem is that, okay, great. You made some great defensive plays. We didn't pay you $300 million to play good defense.
I get it, but it's not like Schwarber. Schwarber's is my guy. 609-403-0973. Who is the one Philly that you're most disappointed in?
You're disappointed in 20 home runs?
He's batting 181.
Don't care. He's got 20 home runs.
He can't play defense to save his life.
Well, the defensive problem.
By the way, did you see last night in the game? He did have like about 4 or 5 putouts where and every time the ball was coming, you could hear the whole crowd collectively hold their breath.
Look, I think the problem with Schwarber is I think he's injured and he's not admitting it. I think there's something off.
You think there's something wrong with Schwarber?
He looks slow out there, slower than usual in the outfield to me.
Yeah, he does have 20 home runs, but you can't be leading off with a 181 batting average.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem.
I know you're going to tell me the game's different.
It is different because anyone who is over the age of 30, okay, we all grew up in a world where the leadoff hitter's job was to get on,
steal
the 2-hole hitter was to move him over,
right,
and the 3-hole hitter was to drive him in, and the 4-hole hitter was to clean up everything else.
Right.
That's why it's called the cleanup hitter. And so in today's baseball, they don't look at the game like that. They look at the game as we need a guy who's going to lead off, who is going to give a good information to the rest of the guys in the dugout. And basically they say, well, after the first inning, it doesn't matter what spot you are in the lineup because everyone rolls over throughout the game. So they don't look at the leadoff hitter the way we used to. When I grew up, it was,
Did you grow
Ricky Henderson and Vince Coleman, and then later it was Kenny Lofton and guys like that. In today's game, those guys don't even exist. I mean, you could argue that in today's game, Ricky Henderson and Kenny Lofton are playing football instead of baseball in today's world.
Right.
So that's part of the problem as well.
All right, today we got Scherzer 6-2 with a 4.04 ERA against Christopher Sanchez, who pitched well his last time out. Josh, but then he got beamed in the hand and was removed from the game.
I thought Scherzer was pitching tomorrow.
It says today 4:05. I'm looking at it right here. Right here on my app. See that? I don't have a newspaper. I got the app, Josh.
So they switched him up. So Scherzer was originally supposed to pitch on Sunday. Now
Right.
they moved him up to Saturday.
They moved him up.
That might be to our advantage, Billy.
So
you move a guy up.
What I want to see today, I want to see the offense.
Oh, I'm proud of you for not sticking to the newspaper.
Sherpan would be very happy with me.
It's nice to see that you've evolved a little bit, Billy.
Today we can't help we can't help out Scherzer. He's good enough as it is. All right, we got to run deep counts.
The goal with Scherzer is, like you said, you got to run the deep count and get him out of the game. You got to get that pitch count up because Scherzer's a guy that you're not always going to be able to hit off of him. But if you can get him out of the game, you can get to that Mets bullpen.
Against Scherzer, who do you think has the highest batting average against Scherzer?
On the Phillies?
Starting lineup, yeah. No, just starting lineup. The 10 at bats.
Real Muto?
No. Stott. With 10 at bats, he's batting 600 against Scherzer. Schwarber's batting 286 against Scherzer with 14 at bats.
Oh, maybe this is the game he breaks out. 115
against Scherzer.
I mean, I know Scherzer for his career against the Phillies, he has had some really good games.
Bowman's batting 316 and 19 at bats against Scherzer.
Yeah.
So the Phillies have shown a propensity to hit him. It's not like it's just
he's not invincible. I think that's the bigger point.
Okay, thank you. But the Phillies can't help him out. You can't give a guy like Scherzer extra. You can't go chasing stuff.
No, you can't, because he'll take advantage of you every single time.
Realmuto does have even though Realmuto's batting 115 against Scherzer, he does have 2 home runs. Harper's batting 273 with 3 home runs against Scherzer.
Yeah, well, the other thing is Harper and Scherzer play together for a little while, so I'm sure there is something to that. There's something to the idea of familiarity. By the way, I finally pulled it up. So in his career, Scherzer has a 2.56 ERA and 30 starts against the Phillies.
Okay.
So, even though certain specific Phillies, like individuals, have had a success against him, against the Phillies as a whole, the organization, he has had success. Now, remember, some of that success was when the Phillies were bad.
Right.
So, how much of that was he was playing some bad teams and how much of it was, now we got a much better team? Because, listen, the lineup we have today is way better than the lineup we had about 4 or 5 years ago.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Who's the one Philly that's disappointed you the most? I'm going with Schwarber. Even though he's got 20 home runs, he's just there. And I keep going back to Thursday's game. Their body language. The only person I saw get upset was Bryce Harper when he threw his helmet after he popped out or whatever.
Yeah, then he gets thrown out of another game.
And then he got thrown out last. But he's showing me some fight. Guess what? He's the leader of that team. Would you say?
By the way, Dan from EHC had a question. He wanted to know, do you guys think, by the way, 609-403-0973, Dan at EHT says, do you guys think Harper's lack of power might be from the elbow injury? Maybe the strength in his arm is down because he throws right and as a left-handed hitter.
No, I just don't. I think he's not seeing the ball well, because if you look at the balls that he's swinging at, they're way out of the strike zone. I mean, he had a problem with the ump last night, which is, the umpire I thought he was getting squeezed. The pitchers were getting squeezed, and he did make a couple bad calls. So
Harper's batting 296. So he's not batting bad.
No. But like I said, he hasn't hit he's 101 plate appearances without a home run.
He has 3 home runs in 43 games this year.
Right.
That's way below his number. So Danny HC thinks it might be the elbow, and you think it might be because he needs LASIK.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Who is the one Philly that has disappointed you the most? How about Aaron Nola?
Aaron Nola should be in the conversation. Sure. I mean, this is arguably his worst statistical year that he's had in a while. Billy, this is the first time in his career that he has fewer strikeouts than innings pitched since 2015.
But here's the argument I made last Sunday here on the program. And by the way, every Sunday during the baseball season, we go on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Tommy Green, gives us his opinion and his insights on pitching. But like I said last week, Josh, he eats up innings. You're going to get 200 innings out of him. He's going to be in the top 10 in strikeouts. He shows up to work every 5th day. He's not hurt. Let me knock on wood. He's been consistent there.
But only
you know what you're getting out of him.
But only half of his starts does he have a quality start.
He pitched really well his last outing.
He has 8 quality starts in 16 games started.
Nola, 6 innings, 103 pitches. He had 5 Ks and only walked 2 against the Braves the other day. And they squandered a great pitching performance because they couldn't hit Elder.
He also, like I said, he has the fewest strikeouts to innings pitched since 2015. Every year of his career, he has more strikeouts than innings pitched. One of the reasons why he's viewed as such a swing and miss guy. And this year, Billy, he's not getting as many swings and misses.
No. But like I said, I'd be weary about letting him go.
Well, I'm not saying you dump him, but I'm
trying to get him in a bargain.
I just want.
Is he going to make Taijuan Walker money, $18 million a year?
Oh yeah, probably more like 20, 25.
He's like your third starter now. What you say? Wheeler, Taijuan Walker.
No, the number 2 is Suarez. If that's the case,
Suarez.
Don't get too hung up on Walker. Walker's on a hot streak right now. This is who he is. If you go back through Walker, for those who don't know, before we hit the break,
he was 12-5 last year. Walker was.
Yeah, but look at his ERA last year. Okay?
Well, he played for the Mets. They were scoring tons of runs.
Here's the problem with Walker. Walker was a guy when he first came up with Seattle. He was this massive prospect. He was this guy who was supposed to be like the next it, right? And then he struggled immensely in Seattle. And then Seattle dumped him on Arizona, and he kind of found himself again in Arizona. And then he got moved a couple times. He landed with the Mets the last couple of years. And with the Mets, he kind of found himself again. And that's why he got the deal he got from the Phillies.
Well, like you said, he had a higher ERA, but he had a lot of run support. But he still was 12-5.
Right, he had a lot of run support, which helps. And the thing with Walker is that he's not a great strikeouts to innings guy.
He had that split going last night.
Well, again, 5 strikeouts and what was it, 6-7 innings?
Yeah, 6 innings.
I'm a big believer in. I want my pitchers to have a strikeout per inning because it usually shows that you're a guy that gets swings and misses.
5 Ks, 1 walk for Walker last night.
I want that number to be closer to 7 and 8.
For the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson and Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
What's up? It's a Target trend alert. New swim has just arrived and it's sunny weather approved.
If you're into bikinis or one pieces, high waists or cutouts, they're the perfect combo of trendy, flattering, and affordable.
That's right. And there are so many cool styles with gorgeous details. These suits have macrame, crochet, wood beads, pretty shells, and more. Totally a luxe for less vibe.
Yes.
Corvette. Because we sell new Chevys at true GM supplier employee prices. Unlike the other guys, Bennett doesn't sell at MSRP, and they certainly never sell over MSRP. Because at Bennett, we take pride being known as the only area dealer to sell at the true GM supplier employee price. Plus, Bennett also gives you all the rebates. Not one or the other, Bennett gives you both. There's no beating Bennett. Plus, Bennett's got financing as low as 1.9%. Looking for used? Bennett pays a minimum $8,000 for any trade towards any pre-owned in stock. I know you're thinking Bennett will never give me $8,000 for my old clunker. Try us. Bennett doesn't care if it's all dented and rusty. We don't even care if it runs. Just get it here for at least $8,000. A lot more if it's in nice shape. And Bennett's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig. Of course, on the other side, we'll have the Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. The old Salt John McShane will be in with us here in a few minutes. But Josh, a couple minutes left in this segment, which will conclude our Phillies conversation. The Philadelphia Phillies, they've got to win today. We need to take at least 2 out of 3 from the Mets to satisfy me. What say you?
Well, you got Ernie from Millville. Ernie chimes in at 609-403-0973. Ernie says Trey Turner, without a doubt, is the guy with the keys most frustrated. But he said also he thinks Aaron Nola's contract situation is in his head, though.
Wow. I think it's more the pitch clock. Because he's a methodical, cerebral pitcher, takes his time, and I think the pitch clock is affecting him. When being at the game Thursday, you can see it. He seemed like he was rushed.
Well, maybe he needs to be an adult and just be better. I don't know. I mean, everyone's dealing with the same problem. Like, this dude, like,
yeah, but he's a guy he's notoriously famous for taking his time.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. If someone is a meticulous, thoughtful person, but they have to drive, do they all of a sudden have to change the rules of the road for the meticulous thinker? Like, I mean, at some point, it's
and
like,
by the way, here's another thing, Josh. You're only allowed to go to first base twice on a pickoff move. How stupid is that rule?
Yeah, well, that rule's over. By the way, Cole from LBI chimes in at 609-403-0973. Says, my Mets are toast. Bill Apple, the GM, is an idiot, but the Phillies need a right-handed bat and a better number 2 starter. That's from Cole and LBI.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is in the books. Hour 2, the old soul John McShane will be in here, former lieutenant of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. For the Beach Patrol Report, we'll talk with the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Erich Becker, and lieutenant in the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erich Wolf. All that and more. It's the locker room with Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig, and John McShane right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, interleague rivals go head-to-head in Los Angeles. Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros begin a 10-game road trip against Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers.
Freeman driven well out of here.
The Astros and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. Lower, geez. Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter,
See every angle with dual cameras,
make it a double.
all on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only at one per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
It's all good, very good. The Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, in conjunction with AMI Atlanticare, presents the 37th Annual Red, White, and Blueberry Festival, Sunday, June 25th in Hamilton, the blueberry capital of the world. You want fresh blueberries? We have 1 million of them. Blueberry pies, bagels, cannoli, ice cream, and more. Live music from Stealing Savannah and party with DJ Nikki G. Great food, crafters, kiddie rides, and the Cruisin' Classics car show. Sunday, June 25th, Hamilton High School grounds just off Route 30 in Hamilton. Free admission, follow signs for free festival parking. The Red, White, and Blueberry Festival brought to you in part by AMI Atlanticare, NJM Insurance Group, Rothman Orthopedics, Truist Bank, Surf Pro Team Fattiani, Brown and McCarthy Insurance Agencies, D'Amico Travel, Glossy Fruit Farms, the Hamilton Gazette, and Jersey Shore Federal Credit Union. Supported in part by a grant from the New Jersey Department of State, Division of Travel and Tourism. It's all good, very good.
Sports is what we do.
You're in your car, you're in your house, you're wherever you are. You're a sports fan.
97.3 ESPN.
Because if you weren't a sports fan, you wouldn't be listening.
WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City. A town square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Josh Hennig wearing two hats today as he's producing and co-hosting. And now we're bringing in the old soul as in a few minutes we'll get the Beach Patrol report going. And John McShane, welcome into the studio.
Guys, it's good to be here. Good to see you again. Haven't been here in a bit. So
you just got out of the shower. Your hair's wet.
Just got out of the shower.
Got in. Still raining out.
No, I got in a row this morning and had to clean up for you, Bill. So I figured I'd take a shower. And,
so thoughtful of you, John.
I appreciate that.
Well, usually he smells like the bay, right? He's in the ocean, right?
Old salt, right?
All right. A few other things. I want to remind people to check us out. Check out my website, thelockerroombillyschwein.com, and of course, when you go onto the site, you can scroll down and watch us on YouTube, the StreamYard on YouTube, the Locker Room Billy Schwein. Check us out there. 609-403-0973 is the text board. Who's the one Philly that has disappointed you the most, John McShane?
The manager.
The manager. Managers can't win games. They can lose, but they can't win.
He's losing a lot. So
by making.
I just think he's got to be a better leader to get those guys doing what they should be doing.
Took him to the World Series last year.
I understand that, but there's something missing this year. You guys were alluding to maybe Nola with the pitch clock and the new rules changes. Maybe some guys are struggling with that, but so is everybody else.
Right.
But they've shown flashes.
That's what Josh said. I mean, everybody else has to. But there are some pitchers that are affected more than others.
Yeah, that's true. But you're a professional.
Right.
Deal with it. All right. Yeah. So he needs to,
for me,
get his guys to step it up. To me, it seems like they're just going to cruise till like maybe mid-season and think they're going to turn it on like they did last year. And
John, you saw the play that Schwarber made in left field the other day?
Yes.
Business person special. I mean, right in his glove. How did he drop that?
Well, he's more like he's just as likely to do, catch one over his head running backwards.
Well, he did that last night.
Right.
He made 3 good plays last night.
As he used to do that. That's part of the problem.
But John, I don't know if you heard on the way in, but I was telling Josh and the listeners, like the other day I went to the game. There was run the bases after the business person special game. We took Eliza Grace, my daughter. She ran the bases.
Oh, nice.
I said she made it to the major league field before I did. I never did. But anyway, John, I was booing. And everybody turned around and looked at me like, remember the old E.F. Hutton commercial? When E.F. Hutton talks, everybody listening, they all sit there and they turn around and look at you.
They were shocked.
I was booing. It was like nobody booing. And the performance they gave, they came out lackluster, undisciplined baseball. Philadelphia fans weren't booing. I think they've got a World Series hangover still.
Yes, because they greatly exceeded their expectations last year.
So they're getting a pass this year. And the players know it.
And yes, to a certain extent, that's the way a lot of Philly fans are.
I think Trey Turner's just trying too hard. I think once he gets settled, and I said this to Josh earlier, once he gets settled in and gets like comfortable in his skin here in Philadelphia.
Right.
I just think the pressure's on him right now, and he's trying to, because the rest of the team, like, there's a power outage. We've only got 78 home runs this season, 21st in the league,
and 20 of them from Schwarber.
And 20 of them are from Schwarber.
Right. No, I agree with you on Turner. But it is we're coming up on July 1st. We're almost at the end of June.
Right.
Time to get comfortable.
Time to get
going.
I think he will. He's a great baseball player.
So
that's why my ire is with Schwarber right now.
Yeah, my ire is with Turner because I feel like you're a professional hitter.
609-403-0973. Josh, but Trey Turner's still playing pretty good defense. I mean, Thursday he made some web gems.
I'm not paying him $300 million per defense.
I
I'm paying
understand,
$300 million to play offense.
But he's not letting his lack of offensive performance affect his defense.
Yeah, his head is in the game.
Where Schwarber,
the hitting is.
What do you think Schwarber's thinking
got to
when
come around?
John, in the Schwarber's last 8 at bats, he's 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts. So when he's out in left field, you know what he's thinking about?
He's out in left field.
He's out in left field.
Exactly.
Time to come
He's
in.
out left field.
Time to come in from left field.
He's in left field. That's great. 609-403.
Best answer of the day, right?
That is right there. 609-403-0973. Who's the one Philly that you're most disappointed in? Who's let you down this year? 609-403-0973.
We've gotten no votes for Kyle Schwarber, by the way, so far.
I don't know why.
It's all votes for Trey Turner and Aaron Nola.
Isn't that something? 609-403-0973.
Well, because Schwarber's hit 20 home
181.
runs. Doesn't
Josh.
matter. He's got 20 home runs. People look at the 20 home runs and they say
there's a simple explanation to this. Billy's just wrong.
609-403-0973.
What did you turn into Bobby Schweim over here? Like,
right?
I don't.
Bobby
I don't scream at him.
Bobby
true.
knows everything. I should probably ask him, right? He's right about everything, isn't he, John?
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
609-403-0973. Who's the one Philly that's disappointed you the most? John goes with the manager. I can't agree with that. I mean, he doesn't win games. Manager, especially with the DH. How many moves can a manager make?
Who's the guy who's going to get fired?
Well, it's the manager.
Right.
Right. Well, that's
So
just because
it all comes down to the manager.
So
firing managers, though, is one of the laziest things in the sport.
That's true.
Ready
Yeah,
for
you're
this,
right.
John? You're going to love this story. I was getting ready to start the story, but I didn't finish it. So Craig Berube, his kids are in town.
Oh, right.
And Kessel's Corner is now on our website. They're advertising on the website.
Yes.
So I advertise. You've been into Kessel's, right?
Yes.
I have a place. I advertise the locker room with Billy Schweim on the placemat. I've been there for like 6-7 years now. So he goes in there. So I'm sitting home watching the game last night, and all of a sudden I start getting text messages from the chief, and it's a picture of me on the placemat, and he's ripping me because I'm on a placemat. And I can't go into detail what he said.
No, please
But it was
don't.
pretty colorful. And excuse me, hysterical. I mean, he was like ripping me.
Why? That's one of your sponsors, right?
Yeah.
Longtime sponsor.
Yeah. But
not a day goes by Berube doesn't rip Billy for something.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
It's just what he does.
funny guy.
It's one of my favorite experiences was and Billy doesn't let him come in when I'm here anymore. But the one
that's
time Berube was in here and I was here, the off the air conversations we were having were absolutely hilarious.
Probably a good thing they were off the air.
He told me he doesn't like anybody. I don't like anybody. He doesn't.
He texts you all the time, though.
Well, yeah, I don't know why he likes me.
Yeah.
He's a unique character. All right.
He is.
609-403.
So are you, Billy.
Good coach, too.
0973. The game has changed, John. Baseball has changed.
It has.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Schwarber leads off with 20 home runs. He strikes out, he hits home runs, or gets walks, and his walks are down. Is that what you're saying? Is that why you say like Topper's not doing his job, but he's letting Schwarber lead off because that's where he feels comfortable?
For right now, what choice do you have?
I would put Stott up there. Stott's the only guy on the team that lets deep
right.
count.
He'll
runs,
run counts.
Yeah,
no question about it. Well, he's the manager. He's got to try something. So
part of the problem also is that in today's baseball, the manager doesn't make all the decisions anymore.
No, a lot of that was
the
taken
front
out.
office,
Yeah,
telling him, "Hey, this is what we want to do." So it's like the manager is almost like the extension of the front office. So it's like, okay, well, you fire the manager, all they're going to do is hire somebody else who's going to be a better listener, So, and that's the reason why for me, I look at sports, I say, firing the manager is like the stupidest thing in sports now, because at some point the players got to do their jobs. They're making millions and millions of dollars. And it's like, no. The players got to make the shot in basketball. The players got to hit the ball in baseball. The players got to
tackle in football.
Tackle in football. Like at some point, the manager, the coach can only do so much.
But with the players, you've got multi-year contracts. You've got no trade clauses. Once you're look at the what's that basketball team in Philadelphia?
The Sixers.
The Sixers.
Oh wait, did they get a pick on? Did they get a pick in the draft the other day?
I think they're still waiting, aren't they?
They were spectators at the draft.
So they got themselves, like a lot of teams, they got themselves in a box. You got the salary cap to worry about. You've got long-term contracts. You've got no trade deals. Or if the guy says the trade, you got to give the other team 800 draft choices, which the Sixers have given all of theirs away.
Right.
And you get yourself so locked in. Josh says it's lazy, but to the ticket buyers, you've got to show them that you're trying to do something.
Right. That's right.
So you can't fire 6 or 7 guys on the team anymore. At one time, I guess, back in the day when I was growing up, you could, but that's what you're stuck with.
All right, John, you like freshly squeezed orange juice, don't you?
Oh, it's the best.
You ever go down to Blitz's? They got freshly squeezed orange juice down there.
Yep,
it's
absolutely.
liquid sunshine in a bottle, 12 ounces.
Great stuff.
If you go down there and you say, I want some liquid sunshine, the locker room sent me, they'll give you $1 off. It's $4.99.
Wow.
Now if you mention the locker room, it's $3.99.
Does that mean my wife won't have to make it for me every morning anymore? Because she does every morning.
And your wife is in the studio.
She is.
Rose.
Yes.
Does she squeeze the oranges for you?
Absolutely.
Aren't you a lucky guy?
I am.
All right. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, a wedding, the 4th of July is right around the corner. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver now. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar. It's got 18 big screen TVs. Daily specials are open every day at 11 a.m. Celebrating 15 years in business. When you get down there, say hello to the bartenders, Renee and Kim. Thursday night is wing night. $1 wings, $2.50. Domestic drafts. Live music every Friday night. Hey, you want to book a private party? Give my good friend Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, it's the Beach Patrol Report. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies series with the Mets, the weekend that was. Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City, and it's your first opportunity to enter to win a trip to go see the Phillies play in Pittsburgh at PNC Park with me.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's sports leader.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Flounder season is gearing up, and the one stop for everything you need is the bait and tackle shop at Utch's Marina in historic Cape May. Come to Utch's for a huge selection of spinning and conventional rods and combos for the boat or the surf. Ocean Max, Shimano, and more. Utch's Marina, your home away from home at the foot of the bridge in Cape May. Stop by any day or visit CapeMayHarbor.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3
ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, the old soul, John McShane is in the studio, and, of course, Josh Hennig producing and co-hosting. And now it's time for the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. Knowledge, experience, integrity, and dedication for rental and sales. Call 609-263-7422 and go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules. And by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years protecting beachgoers. So that's how long you've been on the patrol, McShane? 125 years.
In fact, this year is the 50th anniversary of my rookie year in Ocean City as a guard.
God. And I might as well tell the story since your wife is in here, Rose.
Sure.
I was your mascot on 26th Street.
That's correct.
Where you met Rose.
That's correct.
And I was at your wedding.
Yes.
I was there from the inception.
And you've been there the whole way. In fact, you could say you're responsible for this. Yeah, and you remember who my partner was?
It was Stefanik.
Tom Stefanik, the Loon, as we called him.
Yeah.
He's in town this weekend.
All right. Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Loon sent a shout out to the Loon.
Yeah.
All right, John McShane, we got the race schedule in front of us, and we're going to go over some of the highlights, some of the bigger races, and we'll get you to talk about that. But before we do that, last week our phone lines were down. We weren't able to talk with the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. Let's go to the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room the new chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol. I've known him for a long time. He's a good guy, Erich Becker. Good morning, Erich.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Erich, I was really excited and ecstatic to hear that you were promoted, because I know that that you bleed OCBP, baby.
That's true. I don't know if anybody loves the Ocean City Beach Patrol more than me, Bill.
Well, I don't know. There's one guy sitting right next to me, John McShane. I think he has a big his heart swells for Ocean City Beach Patrol.
Yeah, that's true.
We're
I know
together, Erich.
I know that.
All right, Erich. So, Erich, we've talked about this several times. The torch has been passed to other beach patrols. Ocean City was a powerhouse in all the racing for many years, and of late they've kind of fallen off. There's the times have changed, and the Ocean City Beach Patrol has gotten away from the boats. And you and I were talking the other day about that. What are you going to do? What are you going to try to do to get Ocean City back to prominence in out of town racing?
Well, I'll tell you, Bill, we have a lot of really good athletes this year, and there's a number of some seasoned guards, some guards that have been with us for 5, 6, 7 years that have really stepped up to the plate and won a row. So we are trying to make it as easy as we can for them to train, because as you probably know, it's all about training. It's getting out there, getting in the boats.
Hey, Erich, I know I spoke to you during the week, and you got a couple of things that you're doing to get the some of these guards into racing. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I think we were talking about that we do have a rowing clinic for any of these guards that want to step up and row and be competitive. We're staging clinics in 3 different spots for the island to make it accessible for them to get in there and learn the basics about rowing. So that's one of the steps that we're doing. We have intercity competitions like most beach patrols do. But this year, for anybody.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like we lost Erich Becker, but I'll finish since he spoke with me about it.
Yes.
So when they have their intercity races, whoever wins, they'll put the boat on their beach.
On their beach, yeah.
And that person will be able to work out and he'll have the boat right at his disposal.
Right. That's a great idea. What I think he was going to go into, what I talked about several weeks ago, was that the boats now are basically at the headquarters.
So, all right, you back, Erich?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, we lost you for a second. So go ahead, finish your thought.
Well, that's exactly it. We only have so many boats, Bill. I believe it's about 13, and they are located at each of our tents, which would be 1st, 12th, 34th, and 59th Street. So that's it right now.
Now, Longport, Margate, Ventnor, Brigantine's got a great crew this year. They're going to be a formidable opponent. Of course, you always have Avalon that's always in the mix. But I'll tell you what, we've been doing the Beach Patrol report since the inception of my show. And I got to tell you, and John will agree to this, the competitors are fierce. I mean, there's some great competition in these races.
Yeah, well, you're going to see our guys coming out this year. They're pretty fierce. They've got the eye of the tiger. So we're expecting to do well this year.
That's good to hear, Erich. I know now you guys are, you said you have some experience, folks, to do this, but you're a pretty young patrol at the time. So this would be a good opportunity to enlist all the help you can to get these younger men and women interested in this, because I think once they see it, once they get out there a little bit, once they get a taste for it, it's a very infectious feeling. They'll want to do more. So hopefully you got some good 16, 17, 18-year-old men and women who want to get involved in this.
Well, you're exactly right about that, John. They are very young. The majority of the staff that we have are under 18 years old. So we do need to give them the exposure of it and see where it takes them. But I'm happy to say this year we do host the women's race on July 19th, I think the date is. And we will be using boats in that competition. Last year we did not. This year we are. So that's
Wednesday, July 19th. We're talking with the newly minted chief of the Ocean City Beach Patrol, Erich Becker. Now, Erich, you've been around Ocean City for a long time. You got 2 guys on the Beach Patrol this year. I want to make sure you keep your eye on them. Cody and Colin Schweim.
I know the 2 that you're talking about, and you know what? I really like those kids. So they better not let their chief down. That's all I got to say.
They better not. Now, I got to tell you, Erich, I was full disclosure, I was John McShane's mascot, and I learned from the best. There's a philosophy of running a clean beach, keeping your crowd together, working the whistle, making sure that you get established as this is how you want the beach run. It's not, you just don't go out there and sit on a stand. There's a lot more into it than just sitting there getting a suntan.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And, this is my first year in charge, but I worked it in the 80s when there was a boat on every beach, and I know the way that I was taught to lifeguard, which is the way that it should be. So we're getting back to that. Those minimal standards that you expect and the tourists expect, you'll be seeing that being done this year.
Well, Erich, listen, man, we really appreciate you taking time. I know you're working right now. Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to a great summer and great things from the Ocean City Beach Patrol the summer of 2023. Thank you, Erich.
Well, Bill, one more thing. I want to make a shout out to the Alumni Academy. They are stepping up for us too. Anytime that any of our guards need assistance, they're more than willing to come in and assist, which is great. Thank you.
And as you know, the Ocean City Lifeguard Beach Patrol Alumni Association is one of the sponsors here this year for the Beach Patrol Report, so we thank them for that. All right, Erich, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
There he is. There's Erich Becker on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. Great guy, John.
Yes, and he's got a job and knows what to do,
right?
Which is important.
Well, he said that he's been, he grew up in Ocean City.
Yeah,
he grew up on the beach. He's an old school guard,
right?
And I think that's what Ocean City needed in that spot.
I
mean, I know Jack Brooks.
I agree.
You guys are all,
yeah, we
on
have
the same page with that.
We have, as he mentioned, we pledged our assistance in any way, shape, or form that we can do it. If these kids are interested, we're there to help.
All right. We got Erich Becker on the other side of the break. We're going to talk with a lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Eric Wolf, because the southern beaches, they're going to be doing, they got their own event coming up on the 21st, I believe it is.
Yep.
The Kerr Memorial. We'll talk to him on the other side. I want to remind people, for 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, a wedding, the 4th of July is right around the corner. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Get down there and tell Chet we sent you. There's a new wind blowing in Maserati, the Mainline. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the Mainline, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll go down to Avalon and talk with Lieutenant Eric Wolf. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein, John McShane, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
You haven't downloaded the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app? Well, go get it now to follow all the Philly sports teams at 97.3ESPN.com. Powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. Four local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable, so be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ORDER to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ORDER to 42424. That's ORDER to 42424.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, John McShane, the old salt, as we're in the middle of the Beach Patrol report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association. Now, John, we started with Brigantine, and we did Ventnor and Ocean City. We're working our way south, and the name Wolf is synonymous in South Jersey lifeguarding. They've been around for a long time. Murray,
very long time.
Very long time.
Yeah.
But our next guest, he's one of my favorite guys. Okay, when he was racing, always gave me great access, but gave us great insight.
Very accommodating. Right. Yes, very knowledgeable.
Great guy. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Lieutenant from the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erich Wolf. Good morning, Erich.
Billy, John, good morning, guys. Good to be with you again.
Good to see you, Erich Wolf, as we're streaming live on my StreamYard. Go to my website, The Locker Room, Billy Schweim. Scroll down to where we're broadcasting live on the YouTube channel. Erich, it was good talking to you. I know every time when I start talking to you, I know summer's right around the corner, and we can't wait for the racing season to start. But you're not going to be racing this year, you said, competitively, because of you're going for your master's degree, but you're one of the good guys of all the beach patrols, and always enjoyed interviewing you.
Hey, Billy, I always enjoyed being interviewed by you. So I'll be finishing up my doctorate this coming fall.
Wow,
so
your doctorate.
So I'll have to spend a little time at Seton Hall this summer. But don't worry, you're going to see me around the races plenty, and certainly we're all excited about what's to come this summer.
Erich, I know you're one guy that prepared. How much did you row? Like when you're rowing competitively, on an average day, or take us to an average week, how much do you row? How much time do you spend in the boat?
A lot. So if you are serious and you really do have your heart set on winning the South Jersey, you need to build your summer around it. And one of the things that I learned very quickly was if you want to have success, you got to get down there early in the morning before work, get a row in, get a workout, and you just never know what's going to happen. Your day gets busy, weather rolls in, so you want to get that workout in before work, before you go on the clock. And I really believe that was key to my success over all those years. I prepared early in the morning and got things done, and then I was ready to rock and roll on Friday night for the races.
And John, we see all these beach patrols, like Longport with McGrath and Duffy. Ventnor's got the Funk, Margate.
Yeah, those guys, they know what it takes. Those guys are out there.
The Seville brothers and Brigantine, the Wolves down there in Avalon.
Right.
And Avalon, the competitiveness of these races is the athletes are unbelievable.
And as he said, he gets down there early, he gets started. It starts now.
It starts now.
We're in late.
You're not taking the summer off.
If you're starting now in late June, you're a little bit behind, right, Erich? You
exactly.
You got to get it going in the month of May.
once you get out of school, college, high school, you got to get down there right away in late June. And because once those races start, as you guys know, they come quick. So you got to get down there. You got to get a lot of training in early in the week and then get a little bit of rest toward the Friday night and then be ready to rock and roll for showtime.
It's almost like you have to be race ready by early July because there are so many races. And as you know, I was a competitive swimmer. Racing interferes with training somewhat. So you've got to have you have to have your base pretty much completed by the time you get into the early part of July.
Exactly, John. And another thing, there's just so many races now, which I think is a great thing. I think that it's fantastic that all these towns they have their own races, and certainly we compete in many of them. But you really do need to pick the races that you want to go after. The races early in the summer, I would just train right through those with my eyes set on the Kerr Memorial that we have here in Avalon in late July and early August from year to year. And then certainly the ultimate race, which is the South Jersey. That's the big one. That's the one that you want to win. And, I had great examples on my beach patrol growing up. Craig Whitehead, who's sitting right next to me right now in the truck out here on patrol.
Another great guy down at Avalon.
Yeah, you had him on the show last year. He won 3 South Jerseys. John Glom, 3-time South Jersey champ. His kids are on the beach patrol now. So, seeing those guys growing up and seeing the regiment that they put themselves through, when I got on the beach patrol in the summer of 1999, I certainly decided that, I wanted to be a part of this. And I worked very hard to achieve what I did.
We're talking with Lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erich Wolf. Now, John, let's look at some of the races because on July 7th, it all starts with the Mike McGrath Memorials in Longport, which is like the NFC because that's just for the Atlantic County, right?
Right.
And then you have the Cape May County Lifeguard Championships in the Crest. That's the AFC.
Right. And Avalon will obviously be there. Plus, I was going to ask Erich about the Kerrs. You're having them this year again on the same night as the AC Classic.
That's another AFC.
So,
NFC.
what are your events for that night?
So we do the 3 South Jersey events. So we'll go the doubles, the swim, the singles. We then have the Ironman relay, which is a team combination of a runner will start off. A swimmer will go first. So the swimmer will do a short swim course. He'll come in, tag a runner. The runner will run an 800-yard course, and then he'll tag a doubles team, and a doubles crew will go out there and row to a sprint singles flag and then come on in. And then we'll have a surf dash relay. So there's 5 events for the Kerr Memorial.
Sounds like a pretty full evening.
It is. And we'd be remiss if we didn't say that not only is the racing good, you guys provide a service. You protect the bathers, and that's the most important part of your job. I know that you guys had your rookie test. Tell us how many new guards did Avalon put on and some of the things that you need to know about being sunbathing and bathing in Avalon.
Yeah, so we have 120 some lifeguards now, so we're in good shape with employees. We got a lot of great kids working for us. We hired about 40 to 50 new guards this summer. We do have a lot of turnover here in Avalon from year to year. But my brother Matt, who's taken us his 3rd year as the chief, he's done a very good job of recruiting and getting the word out and getting people down here. So we have 23 beaches open. It's a beautiful beach day here in Avalon. Craig and I are sitting on the beach right now. So and we haven't had a whole lot of good beach weather so far this summer. But I think that's going to change very soon. And today looks pretty good.
And of course, you got a good swimmer down there. Is Grisbaum coming back? Nolan Grisbaum?
Dolan Grisbaum.
Dolan, I'm sorry.
We just call him Clark Griswold though.
He's one heck of a swimmer though.
Yeah, he doesn't swim like Clark Griswold. He swims a little faster, but he'll be back on July 1st. So we're excited to see him back in town, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Erich Wolf. Listen, man, you tell Mr. Whitehead next to you I said hello, and we look forward to seeing you guys at the races.
Absolutely, Bill, John. Thank you for having me.
All right, Erich.
You guys do a great job for us covering all the races, and we look forward to another great summer.
All right, there he is, a lieutenant of the Avalon Beach Patrol, Erich Wolf, on the Maserati of the Mainline Sports Hotline. You did ask him about some of the events in the race, the Kerr Memorials, but this year there's 2 races where it's NFC, AFC on July 7th, and then again on the July 21st, which happens to be my birthday.
That's right. Yeah, well, I talked to Chief Buddy Johnson the other day from Wildwood Crest. Of course, they've been the longtime host of the Cape May Counties, and this year will be the 39th annual Cape May Counties. Now, it's early, and of course, you can do more events this time of year because you've got the daylight.
Right, right.
So their events for that night are doubles row, which men and women can participate, paddleboard, and swim. And they're all box courses, so you can see from the beach what's going on. And then they have a female only paddleboard and female only swim event, singles row, and then the surf dash relay, of which there are 5 team members, but one of them has to be a female. You can have more than one,
So, John,
at least one.
That's a great segue to what I might want to ask you on your feelings of this. There's nowadays women are on the beach patrol about as much as the men. It's 50-50, I believe, or maybe a little less. Why don't they incorporate in some of these races men and women in one race, like a relay?
Well, they are.
Really, I mean,
yeah, they do. Like, for instance, later on, if we get time, hopefully we'll have. I talked to Chief Hennig from Brigantine.
Yeah.
They are 28% female on their
Right.
beach patrol right now.
I think Ocean City's like 30, 33.
Yeah, that would sound about right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're coming out. They're working hard, and there are 3 races that are dedicated to female competitors alone.
Right.
Longport, the Ocean City
The
race, and of
Longport
course,
Women's Invitational. That's on Tuesday, July 11th.
And there's some different events there too. Of course, they're going to go with the traditional singles, double swim, but they also throw in a paddleboard and again a surf dash relay. So you're trying to encompass all the skills of swimming, rowing, running, paddleboard. A lot of patrols are using the paddleboards now, of course, and the surf dash relay. All guards have to be able to do a surf dash.
And it's a
'cause that's
fun.
how you
It's a,
save
look,
victims.
it's a fun evening on the beach watching for free.
Absolutely.
Watching these
Right.
excellent competitors, athletes race.
A lieutenant of mine once said famously that being a lifeguard is the closest thing that most of us will ever be to being a professional athlete because we're actually
Yeah.
being paid to stay in shape.
Right. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. If you want the race schedules up on my website, go to the Beach Patrol Report, and you'll see the South Jersey Lifeguard Chiefs Association race schedule for the entire season. But there's a lot of events, John McShane.
There's a ton of events. And I want to go back to something Erich said about his events for the Curs. They're throwing in different things here and there, but you notice that Avalon sticks with the 3 basics.
Yes, I did notice that.
And why is that? Because they know what the end goal is at the end of the year. You're like the Longport, the McGrath races.
That's just 3.
That's the 3 races.
Yeah.
Now, at one time, they had a nice twist to it in which each patrol entered 5 swimmers.
Right.
Which would show off your depth.
Right. That's right.
But it's the basic 3, and we do the paddleboard, surf dash relay, we do box swims, we do box runs all during the year. But when you come down to it at the end of the year, what are you doing? Singles, double swim.
Singles, double swims. And of course, on Friday, July 28th, the Dutch Hoffmans in Wildwood, that's when it really starts picking up. Like I said, when you get to that point, there's 3 races in a row. The Dutch Hoffmans, the Margate Memorials on August 4th will be broadcasted live. John McShane again there. And then on Friday, August 11th, the South Jersey Lifeguard Championships that will be broadcasted live from there.
Right. And Margate will be hosting, of course, the South Jerseys. They were the winner last year. That's the winner's prerogative. You get to host the race the next year. So that's 3 Friday nights in a row. If you're looking for something to do, there's plenty of action. John McCann nicknamed that the Big 3 many, many years ago.
Big 3.
And basically that's what it is. Because everybody will be there. With the Curs and the AC Classic the same night, you're going to be splitting.
It's a AFC, NFC,
pretty much
South,
Cape May
North, and
County
South,
and Atlantic
That's
County.
kind of cool. They're starting a tradition down there.
Yeah,
and then when you get to the Dutch Hoffmans, everybody comes together.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
you'll see what you got.
Even like for the last number of years, even Cape May Point,
right?
The women's challenge,
yeah,
right. Combination of running, swimming, and paddleboard. And we were down there a couple of years ago to watch that. That's a tough event because there's different currents down there.
Are we going to send Jack Brooks down to the Cape May Lifeguard Championships there?
Negotiations are in progress.
We got to get him airtime. Jack Brooks needs airtime. He wants TV, but we just do radio.
Right, we can't. Well, Jack used to run a TV studio, so maybe there's a bigger future for all of us that we don't know about yet.
All right, John. On the other side, we'll wrap it up, and we'll just stay here with us. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey, just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, wedding, 4th of July is right around the corner. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website, circleliquors.com, or give them a call at 609-927-2921, and they deliver at Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Tell Chet the Locker Room sent you. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, John McShane, and Josh Hennig right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio, interleague rivals go head-to-head in Los Angeles.
Grand slam,
Jose Altuve and the Houston Astros begin a 10-game road trip against Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers.
Freeman driven well out of here.
The Astros and Dodgers. Coverage begins today at 6:30 Eastern and tomorrow at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or Red'sJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up on a Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Red, white, and dew savings are happening now at the Home Depot. Prep for all the summer guests and gatherings with up to 60% off select patio sets now at the Home Depot. Shop and save on a wide variety of sets and styles to find what suits your patio best for another season of hosting with the most. Find the perfect pieces for your space with up to 60% off select patio sets. So sit back and relax into red, white, and dew savings happening now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
With GMF financing, qualified buyers excludes Corvette. Everybody knows there's no beating Bennett because we sell new Chevys at true GM supplier employee prices. Unlike the other guys, Bennett doesn't sell at MSRP, and they certainly never sell over MSRP. Because at Bennett, we take pride being known as the only area dealer to sell at the true GM supplier employee price. Plus, Bennett also gives you all the rebates. Not one or the other. Bennett gives you both. There's no beating Bennett. Plus, Bennett's got financing as low as 1.9%. Looking for used? Bennett pays a minimum $8,000 for any trade towards any pre-owned in stock. I know you're thinking Bennett will never give me $8,000 for my old clunker. Try us. Bennett doesn't care if it's all dented and rusty. We don't even care if it runs. Just get it here for at least $8,000. A lot more if it's in nice shape. And Bennett's non-commissioned sales team is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, the old salt, John McShane, the Beach Patrol Report, brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City and the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years protecting the beachgoers. John, once the races start, we'll be on the beach getting comprehensive interviews with some of the racers. I look forward to that.
That's always a great time, and I get the feeling that the men and women that we interview afterwards, I think they enjoy it. They get a chance to explain what they have done, their training, and I think it just sort of bodes well for lifeguarding racing, and hopefully it encourages other young men and women to get involved in the racing.
A couple of weeks ago, we were at the opening of the Captain Chucky's Crab Cake Company at McCann Realtors. John McCann and his brother Tommy, we were there. I saw you guys. But talk about guys that are synonymous with lifeguarding in South Jersey, the McCann brothers.
Oh, absolutely.
And Tom McCann's going to be in here, I think, next week to promote his book that he's writing.
Oh, great. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I know he's been working on that.
Plus, Jack Brooks is going to want to have some airtime.
Okay. Well, I think you can accommodate both. All right. Just wanted to finish up here on a few neat things that when I talked to Chief Hennig up in Brigantine last night. The end of their relays. Now, they have a lot of events in these relays, but they're all short.
Right.
And he said they're all right near on the beach.
Short
years
and hard.
And again, spectator friendly. You can see what the heck's going on. So one of the events is they have a rescue relay. They have a swimmer,
like the
a
galleys,
paddler, and a rower. They put 3 victims out at the flag. The swimmer goes out, grabs one. He comes back in. As soon as he touches the beach, the paddler goes out, picks up the second victim. And then when he's done, the rowers go out.
So it's simulate a rescue, basically.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Right. In and out, in and out. And they also have an Iron Man, similar to what Avalon has for their Kerr Memorial. So that's up in Brigantine on Tuesday. What is the date on that?
You have the schedule right in front of you there, right, John?
July 13th.
John, you squinting. Where are your glasses?
I am.
Where are
it's
your
dark
glasses,
in here.
John?
It's dark in here. You got my glasses, sweetie?
Is that why you brought Rose here today to assist you?
Now I want to point out, that's during the week. Yeah. So, easy in and easy out of Brigantine. It'll be a good event to go to.
All right. Don't forget to get your orange juice at Blitz's. Freshly squeezed orange juice. You go down there, say, the locker room said I get $1 discount. You go down there, it's $4.99. But if you mention the locker room to Dave and Joe Newman, you get $1 off. $3.99 for a bottle of liquid sunshine, John McShane.
Unbelievable. Can't wait.
And I want to send a shout out to Johnny Griner and the Griner team, his daughter Lauren at Burger Realty. He took care of me, hooked me up with a place. I want to send out a shout out to Johnny Griner and his daughter Lauren. They did a great job of getting me into a place.
Good. Also known as Johnny G in Ocean City.
Johnny G. Burger Realty. You're looking for a place, go to Burger Realty. John McShane, thanks for coming in today, bro.
Hey, glad to be here. And listen, just one last thing. Exciting day up and down the Jersey coast, especially in our area, Cape-May and Atlantic counties, because Brigantine's having their swearing-in ceremony. I meant to ask Erich about in Ocean City, we call it you open the zones.
Right.
In other words, all the headquarters are open. So every beach is going to be fully staffed for the most part, because next weekend is 4th of July weekend.
Yeah,
and it's here.
Going to be packed.
It's going to be packed. It's a big 4-day weekend. So if you're not ready by now, you're not ready.
All right.
And really quick, let's remind folks that because 4th of July falls during the week, that technically the 4th of July weekend is from weekend to weekend. So
That's
folks
correct.
need to be prepared for the fact that people are going to basically be here from like June 30th to like July 10th.
All right. that concludes our Beach Patrol report brought to you by McCann Realtors of Sea Isle City, 4111 Landis Avenue in Sea Isle. Knowledge, experience, integrity, and dedication for rental and sales. Call 609-263-7422 or go online at McCannRealtors.com, where you can also keep up with all the South Jersey lifeguarding news and racing schedules, and by the Ocean City Beach Patrol Lifeguard Alumni Association, celebrating 125 years of protecting beachgoers. John McShane, as always, thank you so much for coming in, and I really appreciate it.
Great
Look
being
forward
here.
to covering all the races where I didn't really get into interviewing the competitors.
It's coming up.
Yep.
It's coming up soon and coming up quick.
It's always good to see Rose. I was there when you met Rose on the beach when you were lifeguarding, John McShane.
I'll never forget that.
I guess you won't. All right, the Philadelphia Phillies with the Mets today. Josh Hennig, 4:05, first pitch. Scherzer on the mound today for the Mets. Can we beat the Mets today?
We can beat the Mets. They moved Scherzer up a day. It seems like they're desperate. And when a team's desperate, you got to take advantage of them.
Did you get any more texts anymore? We were sending out text messages, 609-403-0973 for the Philadelphia Philly that's disappointing you the most.
Yeah, one person chimed in and said the most disappointing Philly is the Fanatic. We need better home field advantage.
Hey, did you see 95 opened? And they had all the mascots for the Philadelphia sports teams.
Yeah.
Went over, crossed it first. They were the first ones across.
They were testing it out.
Yeah, they're almost like crash test dummies. Yeah,
right. Who do we send over? Let's send over the mascots. Yeah, right.
Gritty was there.
One more message to get in here. It says, texture says at 609-403-0973, they say, I really like Wheeler. I don't trust Nola. I think Walker is a good 3. Suarez has the potential to be a great 2. I think getting one more star would help this team.
Let's go Phillies. I'll tell you what, I'm on every pitch. I'm really emotional, passionate when it comes to when they come out and play like they did on Thursday. It just really pissed me off.
It moves you to booing, doesn't it?
Yeah. John, I was booing and everybody was looking at me like I had 2 heads. It's Philadelphia, man. It's part of our culture. We boo. All right.
It's in our DNA.
Tomorrow, in the locker room, when the youth movement is back, Tommy Green every Sunday on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Tommy Green tomorrow. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you tomorrow right here on 97.3 ESPN.
And you can get the best Phillies coverage every day on the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Kimbrel